Uncanny X-Men number 189 begins with Rachel and Magma at the Statue of Liberty. The two girls are new to the city and they are taking in all of the sights. Rachel thinks back to the New York of her timeline and remembers how desolate it was. She recalls her time working as a hound for the government and tracking down mutants for them to kill. The memories eat away at Rachel, but she doesn't share them with Magma, and the two girls see a large ship where the other X-Men are hanging out. Everyone has gathered inside the ship to bid farewell to Storm. Xavier doesn't want her to leave the team, but Storm feels that without her powers, she's of no use to the X-Men. She says she's going to spend some time finding herself in Africa, and everyone is super sad to see her go. At the docks, the fisherman who found the mysterious necklace at the end of last issue sees other fishermen crowding around his locker. He pushes them out of the way and sees that they were admiring the necklace. The necklace tells him that it summoned them to it and that it wants him to give it his soul in exchange for the world, but the fisherman refuses and decides to get rid of the necklace. Rachel and Magma go to an art museum and Magma is wowed at the Roman exhibit because it reminds her of her home of Nova Roma. Rachel is suddenly distracted by something and she rushes outside to investigate. Magma follows her and Rachel says that she felt Selene's thought patterns nearby. She's surprised to hear that Magma knows Selene too, and the two girls are both thirsty for revenge against her. They follow her limo to an upstate mansion and sneak in. They disguise themselves as serving maids to blend in, even though Rachel is hesitant to ever wear a collar again. In a different room, Friedrich von Roehm presents Selene as a nominee for the Hellfire Club's Black Queen position. Sebastian Shaw is intrigued but needs to see more, and Selene shows him her power levels by grabbing him with his throne and the floor. Shaw breaks free and Selene taunts him passive-aggressively by sitting on his throne before whisking off to fetch him a present. Tessa warns Shaw against admitting Selene into the club, but Shaw feels as though he has no choice. Meanwhile, Rachel finishes a maid assignment and seems to be having fun with the disguise when Selene sneaks up behind her. Rachel isn't caught off guard though, and she blasts Selene with a cybolt and knocks her out. To Rachel's surprise, it was just an illusion and she actually knocked out Magma, and then the real Selene shows up and grabs her. She psychically enthralls both Rachel and Magma and presents them both to Shaw as the gifts. Tessa notices Rachel's resemblance to Jean Grey and wonders if she has the power of the Phoenix too, and she hopes that Shaw will use Rachel to destroy Selene right now. Inside Rachel's mind, she is trapped in some sort of hell wearing her old hound's costume, but she quickly regains control of her consciousness and then mind links with Magma. Magma is trapped in a Roman fantasy where she's worshipping Selene as a high priestess and she attacks Rachel. The two of them fight for a bit and Rachel forces Magma into her lava form. Magma unleashes her powers and ends up destroying the fantasy. It breaks her out of her thrall and she melts the statue of Selene that she was worshipping. The two girls snap back to reality and Magma's powers catch everyone off guard. She and Rachel attack Selene, but Selene ensnares them both by manipulating the floor. Nightcrawler suddenly teleports in and bamps Selene away, just as Magma breaks free. The other X-Men smash in through the wall and Xavier calls for a ceasefire. Magma refuses and she wants her revenge, but then Xavier scolds her and reminds her that X-Men do not kill. Shaw tells Xavier that he has no intention of fighting with the X-Men today and lets everyone go. The Hellfire Club staff clean up the mess and Rachel psychically changes everyone's clothes as they look outside and see the destruction that Magma's thermal powers accidentally caused out on the streets. Magma thinks this was all just a waste of time because she didn't get her payback, but Rachel cheers her up and says that they'll be ready for Selene next time. Meanwhile, in a subway station, the fisherman with the necklace watches a news broadcast about Dazzler being found out to be a mutant, but he's suddenly stabbed and killed by a ruffian. The ruffian finds the mysterious necklace and steals it, and then, because he has exhibited both murder and greed, the entire place goes up in flames and Kulan Gath announces he is coming back out of the necklace to take over the world. Well, that's it for this issue. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for my review video where I'll go in depth about what I thought of this book. I really liked this issue, so I have a lot to say about it. In the meantime, you can follow me on social media for all sorts of fun X content, and check out my website, greatxmentations.com, where I upload blog posts, videos, panel scans, and so much more. Thanks again for watching, and be sure to come back soon for more Great X-Mentations.